Coming into Cornell, I was definitely worried about how I would be able to manage my time between volleyball and schoolwork, but I've come to learn that the busier I am, the more efficient and better I become at allocating my time between the two. So it really hasn't turned out to be as big of a concern as I thought it would be. And yeah, things can still get crazy in the fall when we're traveling a weekend and you have a bunch of prelims the next week, but it's nothing that I can't handle and nothing that anyone on the team can't handle.
The best way I've found to manage school and volleyball is to plan ahead and plan out my week knowing what I have due on each day and when I have time to do it, and getting a ton of work done on the weekends when I can and in between all the little breaks.
Utilizing resources, planning my time, and self-care are 3 things I do to stay balanced as a student athlete at Cornell.
Balancing school and volleyball is something that you learn very quickly, especially because we are a fall sport and we start in season right away. But I'd say the biggest thing is probably just to take all the little breaks that you have in between your classes and use them to your advantage. So even if you just have an hour here, an hour there, really sit down, get some work done, and use your time wisely.
So I would say the biggest and most important thing that I've learned with school and volleyball combined is time management skills. It absolutely helps in everything that I do, not just school and not just volleyball. And I think that this environment is the best possible way to learn that skill. And so time management is so key. I use a planner every single day for everything that I do. So yes, that's my advice for managing your time, is having a planner.
I found that using the small breaks throughout my day just really helped me stay on top of everything I had going on. And using Google Calendar as well just really helped me get all of my assignments done in a timely manner.
One of my keys to balancing school and volleyball is actually, believe it or not, getting a lot of sleep. Because if I don't sleep well, I don't function well during class, it's harder to pay attention, and I'm not as efficient getting my work done. So sleep is one of the ways that I get it done. But balancing school and volleyball it's really tough, especially at an institution like this. But as long as you have good time management skills and you get ahead on your work when you can, you will succeed.
Balancing school and volleyball can be challenging, but with the help of your team and a good planner, it can be done.
Balancing school and volleyball was definitely a struggle at the beginning of the year, especially being a freshman, but I made sure to talk to my professors, especially if we were traveling that weekend, to see what assignments needed to be turned in or what I was missing. And I always kept my assignments in an assignment notebook, and I made sure to be at the library quite often.
So I usually did a lot of my work in between breaks at libraries and on the weekends, and I'd get a lot done, and I was really efficient when I had the time to do the work because I knew I had to manage my time with volleyball and school.
How I manage volleyball and work is it's all about time management, obviously. And for most people, when you get an assignment due, they'll start working like 2-3 days in advance. But with volleyball, you have to know that you have less time to do this, so you need to start assignments earlier. And that's, I think, the best way to balance the workload.
I think fortunately with the way we have things scheduled, balancing school and volleyball isn't too bad. Usually our volleyball stuff is done first thing in the morning before you've even started classes, and then you have the entire rest of the day to work on school and only school. But I've actually found that the biggest help in managing school and volleyball is actually finding a balance in all of the other things. So finding a balance in your sleep and your social life and your self-care. Like once you have all of that in the mix, it makes your school and volleyball experience a lot easier.